Welcome, Valpo fans, to another edition of Valpo Basketball Weekly, brought to you by Lakeshore Bone and Joint Institute. I'm Aaron Levitt. Joining me today, the head coach of the Valpo women's basketball team, Mary Evans. Coach Evans, thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me, Aaron.
Exciting time of the year, conference tournament right around the corner. Before we start talking about that, want to look back on Saturday's regular season finale, taking on one of the top teams in the league here in Missouri State. You guys were right there for the vast majority of the game against them. How did you feel about that performance to end the regular season?
I thought it was pretty good. I thought we still had some defensive breakdowns. That's a team that's got a very dynamic guard in Lacey Stokes, who I would imagine is going to be the newcomer of the year in the conference, and they've got some pretty large post players. And I thought we did a pretty decent job, other than a handful of breakdowns on them. And then offensively, I thought when we didn't have wasted possessions, when we were organized, when we were running good offense and attacking the basket, we had a lot of really good looks. We just had too many possessions where maybe we weren't organized, and turned the basketball over again too much.
Coaches often talk about breaking the season down into three different seasons. You've got the pre-conference, you've got conference play, and then you've got tournament play. With the conference season having wrapped up, where do you feel you saw this team this year grow the most from that non-conference slate to the conference schedule?
Yeah, I thought the biggest thing that we really wanted to focus on from non-conference to conference was shooting the basketball better, increasing our field goal percentage, our true shooting percentage, increasing our free throw percentage, because we were getting to the line at a really high rate. I think we still finished the conference in the top five in free throw rate. And I saw a great level of improvement in our true shooting percentage, and our free throw percentage. I mean, I think Leah finished the season above 80 in conference play from the free throw line. Brown obviously shot it well from the free throw. And I thought both twins improved their percentages from non-conference to conference season. So we saw some really good improvements in that. And then I thought the other thing that we did a much better job at, need to continue to grow, but I thought we rebounded the basketball better on the defensive side of things. This has been a struggle for us in my career here, and we usually are able to make up for the difference with the turnover rate. But I think we tried to make some progress there on the defensive rebounding percentage. And then I thought we maintained our ability to turn teams over, finishing second in the league in steals and finishing, I think, turning people over around 24% of the time. So there's some things to kind of see some growth from, and things we talked about, I saw growth in. And now we got to get ready for that third season where anything can happen in a single elimination tournament.
Hoops in the Heartland opening up on Thursday evening against UIC. You guys played them twice during the regular season. Two very different performances the first time around up at UIC. Obviously, the buzzer-beating win, but a game where you guys shared the ball extremely well on the offensive end. And then the second game here at the Arc, where UIC came out and led start to finish. What's it going to take for the team to replicate the first game more than the second game and start the run in Moline on the right foot?
Yeah, I think we have to be focused on doing all the things that don't involve the basketball. We've talked about that before Missouri State, but like 95% of the game is played without the ball in your hand. And I don't think we came out with a lot of defensive energy at home against UIC. Our game plan was to try to shrink the floor and keep them out of the paint. And we got really stretched out, and they got a lot of easy hoops at the basket. So we've got to do a better job of collectively guarding their group of five and trying to keep them out of the paint and force them to take jump shots. And then we've got to box out. I thought the first game we did a much better job shrinking the floor. I thought we did a much better job boxing out and keeping them off the offensive glass. And we shot the ball really well at their place. So we've got to make sure we take care of the defensive end of the game in Moline. And if we can do that, it'll give us a chance to stay in the game, and hopefully we can execute our offense a little bit better against them.
That path for the Beacons in Moline starting out Thursday evening, 6 p.m. against UIC, with a win Friday at 6 p.m. against second-seeded Belmont. Semifinal game would be 4 p.m. on Saturday, all three of those games on ESPN+. And then the title game Sunday, 1 p.m. on ESPN2. Coach Evans, thanks for joining me today. Good luck in the tournament.
Thank you, Aaron.
This has been Valpo Basketball Weekly, brought to you by Lakeshore Bone and Joint Institute.